All right, so assignment was 1 through 10. What do you need help with?
7 through 10.
Start at 7?
Yeah.
What? Okay, start at 7. That sounds fair. Okay, well 4, we just did a bunch of those from the worksheet that were exactly like that. So hopefully now you know how to do those. So I think 7 is a great place to start. Everybody loves word problem. All right, it says, oh, this looks like something we just did on the worksheet as well, so I'm sure you'll be able to get this now. Two 24-centimeter radii of a circle form a central angle measuring 126. So let's draw in a couple of radii, and it's an angle of 126, so it's a big one. And it says that the radii are each 24 centimeters. And this angle is 126, and we are trying to find the length of the chord across from it. Okay? So, anytime you are trying to find a side that's across from an angle where the angle is in between two sides that you know, what do you use? Law of cosines, because this is sort of like a side angle side situation. I can't use the law of sines because I don't know the angle across from this side, and I don't know the angle across from that side, so the law of sines will not work. But it's a perfect setup for the law of cosines. Who can tell me what?
24 squared.
So c squared equals 24 squared
Plus 24
plus another 24 squared, and again, they're both 24 because they are radii of a circle, so they're equal.
Cosine of 126.
Cosine of 1.
And you square root that bad boy.
Yeah, so you just type that in as is in your calculator. It's easier if you just go straight like that. And then all you have to do is remember that you have to take the square root to get your answer. And anytime somebody gets that, I'll be happy. You can tell me what you got.
43.
Yeah.
43?
But it didn't sit around, did it?
What does it say in there? It does not chain around. Nope.
So,
42.
so we just round, because I got 42.76.
So that's acceptable also. Okay, so if it doesn't say what they want you to round to, then you can pick. And I can't get you wrong. Yes? You're what? So is Hannah's. Maybe there's a James going around.
When she like tries to add up the
No, hers doesn't even come on at all. She's totally shut down.
like multiply things together, it's just 0.
Oh, okay, I can fix that for you. Okay, hold on, I'll come back in a minute. All right, number 8 is a good one to remember. A simple thing about. It says, find the measure of the smallest angle in a triangle whose side lengths are 4 meters, 7 meters, and 8 meters. And so the question would be, how do you know which of these angles is going to be the smallest, which I will randomly label A, B, and C. Is that what you were going to say, Alyssa?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So remember this is something we learned a long time ago, that the smallest angle is going to be across from the smallest side. So the way that I have this written here, we want to find out what angle C is. So since we're trying to find an angle, I have to use that law of cosines thing. What side do I start with first? 4, because it's directly across from angle C. So 4 squared.
8 squared.
Uh-huh.
Minus 7 squared.
So parentheses there.
Negative 2 times 8 times 7.
Awesome. Okay, and so you figure out what that whole thing is, and then you go second cosine of your answer, and you should get about 30 degrees. Okay, Zola, did you rejoin the living here on your calculator, or are you still getting it? You're good? Okay. All right, number 9. Wait a minute. This is exactly what we did from the worksheet.
Yeah, but we didn't have the worksheet before this.
I know, but I'm thinking you don't need help now anymore. Okay, let's just make a drawing at least and label it. Two sides of a parallelogram measure 15 centimeters and 20 centimeters. And one of the diagonals measures 19 centimeters. Which diagonal is it going to be? Is it going to be this diagonal or is it going to be this diagonal? The first one, why? Yeah, because it has to be shorter than the 20. If I do this one in here, that's longer than the 20. So it says it's 19. It can't be that one there. So it's got to be this guy right here. All right? And then we are asked to find, what are the measures of the angles of the parallelogram? Okay, so let's find this angle first. All right?
19 squared.
Right, so I'm going to do the same thing that we did on the last problem. So the cosine of A equals, start with the side opposite the angle we're trying to find, minus 20 squared minus 15 squared, all divided by negative 2 times 15 times 20. Okay, and you go through that whole process and figure out what angle A is. Keep me posted. About what? Anybody?
Wait, what?
65.
64 degrees.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So then they also want us to find this angle right here. So now that I know this one, how do I find that one?
You do the 20 squared
You could,
plus.
but I don't have to. What's the easier way?
That's not.
No, well what's true about these two angles? We already used
Oh, that's
this property
equal
once.
180.
Yeah, they add up to 180. So that means angle B must be 116. Okay? All right, and then number 10. Says Captain Malloy is flying a passenger jet. He is heading east at 720 kilometers per hour. So here he is flying east at 720 kilometers per hour. Okay? When he sees an electrical storm straight ahead, he turns the jet 20 degrees to the north. So he is taking evasive action here. So he turns the jet 20 degrees to the north. So that means that this angle right here, relative to the path he was traveling before, is 20 degrees. To avoid the storm and continues in this direction for 1 hour. How far will he go in that 1 hour? 720 kilometers. Because he's going 720 kilometers per hour. Then he makes a second turn back towards the original flight path. So now he's going this way again. Okay? 80 minutes after his second turn, he makes it, he makes it all the way back to his original path. So he's going to go all the way like this to where he was going before. And then he's going to make another turn 80 minutes later, and he's back on his original flight path. Okay? So what we got going here, and I made a bad drawing because I didn't really know where we were going with this, but he's flying along this way. There's a storm right here. Okay? So he turns to the north to avoid it. Goes around the storm, turns back, and then turns again, and he's back in line with his
Just
path.
leaving.
Okay. How much time did Captain Malloy lose from his original flight plan? Nice. Okay, so this was 72 kilometers because he's going, 720 kilometers because he's going 720 kilometers per hour, right? Okay. And that was an hour. How long will this thing be? What? 80 minutes, yeah. So if I'm going 720 kilometers per hour for 80 minutes is what? How many hours? 1 and?
120.
There's 20 minutes left over.
Oh, 180.
A third, right. So 1 and 1/3 or 1.3 repeating. So what's 720 times 1.3? 3.
How many threes do you want in there?
As many as fit on your screen.
959.9.
Okay, so let's go 960. Okay, so this is 960 right here. Okay, how long did it take him to go here and then here? 2 hours and 40 minutes, or 20 minutes. Sorry. All right. And so the question is, how long would it have taken if he was able to just go straight? And so in order to figure that out, I need to figure out what this distance is right there. Does that kind of make sense?
7.
Okay, so what are you going to do? How are you going to find that out?
I needed the 720 squared plus 60 squared.
No, because that would give me,
Yeah, that'd be right.
no, because I don't know, I need to know this side in order to use the law of cosines, because it's the angle in between the two sides. Okay, let's try the law of sine, shall we? So if I go the sine of 20, because that's this angle here, divided by 960 equals the sine of, okay, divided by 720. If you cross multiply and divide and then do the second sine thing, you should be able to figure out what angle C is and tell me that.
And you divide by 960.
And then go second sine of that. 14 what? 14.8, 15 degrees?
Yeah.
15 degrees? Okay. So that still doesn't help us because we need to know this side right here, but now that I know that's 20 and that's 15, what's this one?
145.
145. Because 145 plus 20 plus 15 is 180. So now I can figure out this missing side by going again. Sine of 20 divided by 960 equals sine of, 145 divided by x. So tell me what that is. It's a really dumb answer, by the way. Final
How do
answer.
you do that when it says when it has gives you just like the x?
960 times sine of 145 divided by sine of 20. What'd you get? 1610? Okay, loving it. So he would have traveled 1,610 kilometers, right? How long would it have taken him to do that at 720 kilometers per hour? What do I do? Divide. Okay, so 1610 divided by 720 is 2.24. So it would have taken him 2.24 hours instead of the 2 hours and the 20 minutes that it took here. So that would be 2 hours and what is, how many minutes is 0.24 of an hour? Go 0.24 times 60. 14 minutes, a little over 14 minutes.
This guy's time as well.
So how much longer did it take him to go this way instead of this way? About 6 minutes. Big whoop-de-doo.
Maybe you want to not risk getting shot down.
No, that's happened. That's a thing. Okay, pass it forward, please.
Here, but I was only
So,
hang on.
10